Clocker. Tompson kindly joins us on Racenet TV on a frosty morning. Clocker, you've been about watching the horses do their track work for the last week or two. Queen Elizabeth Stakes on Saturday. We're going to see more Joyce and Mary Kane. We've also got Secret Admirer from out here. What can you tell us?
I like Americane actually. He pulled up extraordinarily well for mine out of the BMW. Both his runs have been very good, without a lot of luck, as everybody knows. But the horse himself looks so well. His work has been strong. He's not getting hammered in his work because he's a dour star coming back to 2000, but he's just thriving here. He's loving what he's doing. He looks so well. He's been set for the race. My money will be on him. More Joyce came through the Doncaster, I reckon, a bit better than I thought she might. She can, once she gets into a prep, she can feel her runs a bit. And I did have a bit of a query on how she'd back up, but looking at her on Monday morning, she looked better than I thought she would. She was here this morning and actually did a bit of work, worked over an easy 1,200 metres, so that's a sign of how well she's done between runs. So I would never doubt her with her ability. I'd like to be on them both if I could, but I'm just leaning a little Americane's way just because of how well he's done here, and that he's not the one on the backup. He's the one that's in the race as the plan all along. Secret Admirer looks good. She would probably need some of the others possibly to run a bit short of their best for her to make up the ground, which that's possible. And I think Rekindled Interest is going to run in that race too. His work before the Doncaster was good enough to win the Doncaster. They dodged the track there. I haven't seen him this week, but he would have worked, and he's a horse that's going particularly well too. But yeah, Mary Kane and hopefully Savour on More Joyous for me.
Fair enough too, and it's a race that can turn up or throw up a bit of a roughie too.
It can, but I doubt that it will this year because it's such a high calibre race. It's probably one of the beneficiaries of how well the carnivals work with the timing, really. Fantastic
race, worthy of a Cox Plate.
It is. It's as good as a Cox Plate, yeah.
Clock, we're going to watch Piero attempt to give Gay Waterhouse her second Triple Crown in Saturday's Champagne Stakes. He's obviously been working out here alongside Raceway.
Yeah, he's looked very good. His work's been strong. Looking at him here this morning, he almost looks big, he's done so well. And it's now the sort of question is, can he win the Triple Crown? A month ago, when he was aiming up at the slipper, he's more of a champagne horse than a slipper horse. They doubted him as a slipper horse, which at the time he was. He really is a middle distance horse. I think that was good enough to sprint at the top level. They had to keep him fresh into those sprints. He went better in the size for mine, and I think that was courtesy of a hard run and a 7-day backup and more distance. Now he's had 2 weeks between runs, hasn't missed a beat, and up to the mile. I'd be surprised if they beat him. Everything looks spot on. I will be having something on the stablemate though. I reckon he's improved. Had a tough run in the size up there, working hard out wide, but I don't think that'll be the case on Saturday. And if anything, I think Raceway has improved into this run, whereas Piero's probably held his form. So I think you'll be surprised how well Raceway goes, actually.
Okay. It's a good little push. Sydney Cup. We're looking at precedents older than time and Once or Wild, and correct me if I've forgotten about someone there.
Yes, you might have forgotten the winner there, Drunken Sailor. He's.
I've actually got something on him too.
He's been cruising around here like Americane, as happy as anything. I'll be on him, Drunken Sailor. He's another horse that, while he's been in Sydney, he's really thrived. He just looks so well within himself. Mike Moroney's very good with these stays. This is the first time he's had him. There might be a query about him at the 2 miles off his Melbourne Cup runs, but I don't know, Sydney Cup's probably a half a rung down from that sort of calibre of race. He's the one I'll be on. Precedence worked very sharply on Tuesday, as good as I've seen him work this prep. I think he's much better placed in a handicap, so I'd have him there somewhere. I've gazed to probably Older Than Time as going a little bit better. They'd be They'd be chances. You know, I couldn't say they couldn't win, but I'll be having something on Drunken Sailor and Precedence.
Okay. The two faves, Nighthawk and Permit, obviously we don't see them out here. They're trained at Rose Hill, so you're quite confident Drunken Sailor can get the better of them?
I wouldn't be. I'm not having my life on him. Yeah. I'm a bit of a rat for Nighthawk. I think that horse, I've seen him at the races. He looks in outstanding nick. You know, he looked very, very good in himself before the BMW. He's obviously been set for the Sydney Cup. So a horse that looks that good and is just turning in nice lead-up runs, I'd imagine he's going to do, you know, peak on Saturday. So he's probably, to be honest, the horse they'll have to beat, Nighthawk. But no, I'm happy enough with the two here.
Just with Drunken Sailor as well, I think I can't remember his beaten margin in the Melbourne Cup, but plenty of horses that win Sydney Cups get beaten sort of 8 or 10 lengths in the Melbourne Cup, like you were just saying. And his run in the Adelaide Cup was pretty good, even though it wasn't against cracking opposition. He carried the 60 kilos and sort of got there okay. And there's a horse a few years ago called Gallic who won the Adelaide Cup and came up here and won the Sydney Cup. Yeah,
it's a rung down from the Melbourne Cup, and you know. You factor in a bit for Mike Moroney. I know he obviously had an outstanding trainer in Luca Kamani before, but the horse himself, he hasn't had the travel factor this time, and he just looks so good here, you know, so good and happy and, you know, just thriving.
Is there a best on Saturday?
I'm hoping Americane, to be honest with you. I'm pretty confident that he's going to put himself in the finish.
I'll put you on the spot once more. What price do you reckon we'll get today?
For Americane? Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Nick?
Well, look, they've given $3 in a match race against More Joyce, so I'm tipping we're probably going to get at least $5 on him.
Oh, yes. So what price More Joyce?
I'd say probably 6 to 4, $2.50.
Well, we can be on them both. Easy.
There you go.
All right. Done.
Thanks.